Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Travel Webcast webinar, 101 on Dominica, the nature island. Presenting for us today is Lise Cuffy, Marketing Executive for the Discover Dominica Authority. Hi, Lise, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
So before we get started, I'd just like to let the viewers know that if you have any questions during the webinar, please type them into either the chat box or the Q&A box, which are both found in your Zoom toolbar, and they will be answered after the presentation has finished. Okay, Lise, if you'd like to go ahead and share your screen, you can start whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon to all, and thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be part of the Dominica webinar. We do appreciate your time and interest in wanting to learn more about Dominica, the nature island of the Caribbean. My name is Lise Cuffy, based in Dominica, and I work with my colleagues at LMA Communications in Toronto. The webinar will provide you with general information about Dominica and also tell you all about our online travel agent program and how you can become a Dominica specialist and then a Dominica master specialist. The responsibilities are easy and enjoyable with meaningful benefits for your business. Feel free to email me at the end with any questions. Okay, so the screen, I hope everyone can see the screen. As it says, Discover Dominica 101, the Caribbean's best kept secret. And indeed we say so because in Dominica, there are lots of treasures and lots of natural wonders. So we do say that we are the best kept secret in the Caribbean.
Yeah, thanks, Lise. Your slides look great, but just so you know, the audio is coming through a little bit on the quiet side for some reason. Just a quick heads up there.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Oh yeah, that's much better.
Much better, okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. So moving along, Dominica, and it is pronounced Dom-I-Nica. So for continuation, we say Dominica. That's the official name, which is the Commonwealth of Dominica. And the name that was given by the Kalinagos, it's the Whitey Kubali, meaning tall is her body. And the size of Dominica, of course, is 29 miles long and 16 miles wide. And we are also located between the two French islands, Guadeloupe and Martinique. Some general information about Dominica, of course, the location north of Martinique and south of Guadeloupe. And the time zone is Eastern Caribbean time. We are 1 hour ahead of Eastern Caribbean Standard Time. And the official language, of course, is English. Dominica is large in size compared to some of the lesser Caribbean islands, but we are small in population. Our population is just over about 71,293 persons. And we are mainly Africans, approximately 3,000 Kalinagos, small percentage of the European and African descendants. And of course, our main language is predominantly Christian. General information, the capital name is Roseau, seen on the screen. And we have another major city, which is called Portsmouth. It's the second town on the northwest coast of the island. And Marigot, of course, is another village. It's a large agricultural-based village in the northeast. And the Kalinago Territory, as we said, is home to our indigenous people. Grand Bay, the large village, rich in culture in the southeast. Moving along, getting to Dominica. From Toronto, it's not difficult to get to Dominica. I would just say with one stop at one of our regional hubs, either Barbados or Antigua, with a connecting flight will get you to Dominica. And the chat before you shows some of the major cities in North America, some of the connecting hubs and the major airline. But since you are based in Toronto or Montreal, it's not that difficult to get to Dominica with one stop, as I said, either through Antigua, Barbados, with a connecting flight with Liat or Win Air to get to Dominica. Getting to Dominica by air, we have 2 airports. Our main airport is the Douglas Charles Airport. We do not have an international airport. And the main airport is approximately 1 hour from the capital of Roseau. We do have a smaller airport, and it's used for intra-regional flights, and it's about 15 minutes from the capital, Roseau. And as I mentioned earlier, our hubs, connecting hubs in the Caribbean would be Antigua, Puerto Rico, Barbados, St. Martin, and Guadeloupe. But most of the persons coming from Toronto, Canada, they would either use Antigua or Barbados hubs to get to Dominica. We also have the option of getting to Dominica by sea. Some persons can also access this route to get to Dominica. We have a Roseau Ferry Terminal, and it's located right in the heart of the city. A lot of people from the French islands use that route to get to Dominica, or persons coming from even France. So they'll go from France to Guadeloupe or Martinique or St. Lucia and then on to Dominica. Dominica, we do have some notable facts. For one, I must tell you, we are the only long distance walking trail in the Caribbean, and it's known as the Whitey-Kubuli National Trail. It comprises of 14 segments, and it's 115 miles long, and it traverses the island from north to south. Dominica is also known for the second largest boiling lake in the world, and we are also famous for diving. We have some of the best dive locations in the Caribbean. Home to the Kalinago, our last indigenous people of the Caribbean. Also known as location of the Cicero parrot, which is our national bird, and it can only be found in Dominica. Of course, Dominica is the only Eastern Caribbean, not only, sorry, it was the first Eastern Caribbean country to become the UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we had this at the Mount Wapito National Park. Cruising to Dominica. Dominica is also popular for cruising in the Caribbean. A lot of the major cruise lines do come to Dominica, and currently we are now in the cruise ship season, and it normally spans from late October into April. So during that 6-month period, we have several cruise ships who come to Dominica and several persons who visit Dominica via the cruise ships. Dominica, we have some major and annual events, and some of these have been Carnival. We just had Carnival in February, and our Carnival is normally celebrated during the same time of Trinidad. So our Carnival is either February or March. And our next big event would be our Jazz and Creole, and Jazz and Creole 2017 will take place on June 4th. That's Pentecost Sunday. And it takes place at the lovely, scenic, historic site at Fort Shirley in Portsmouth. Dive Fest is another major activity that we undertake, and also because Dominica is also very well known for diving. We do celebrate Dive Fest in July, and this year Dive Fest will take place from July 7th to the 16th. And of course, our major and signature event known as the World Creole Music Festival, and it's normally celebrated the last weekend in October. And this year, 2017, it will be from October 26th to 29th. So that's the last weekend in October, the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. And we said it's 3 nights of celebration of Creole music, food, culture, pulsating rhythm. So it's just a great time to be on island. World Creole Music Festival, the last weekend in October. Our Kalinago people, the Kalinago Territory, they are our indigenous people, and they were the descendant from the island's original inhabitants. On island, we have a lot of major attractions, and one of these being the Indian River, and it is known as the largest or widest of Dominica's river. And the area is a coastal wetland, also known or ideal, for bird watchers and nature lovers. Only rowboats are allowed up the Indian River, very tranquil. And I must also tell you that Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Chest were all filmed at the Indian River. Dominica, being a land of water, we do have a lot of waterfalls, several and countless waterfalls. 3 of our most popular waterfalls are the Trafalgar Falls. It's a majestic pair of falls, the Mother Fall and the Father Falls. And it's a popular 5 minutes easy hike to the waterfall, perfect for families and individual hikers. We then have the Emerald Pool. It's a beautiful little waterfall in a caravan, 15 minutes from the rainforest. A marvelous site for a wedding. A lot of destination weddings do take place at the Emerald Pool. And it's a popular 15 minutes easy hike. Then we have another popular waterfall, which is the Midland Falls. And I would say it's a striking fall down approximately 220 feet from the keyhole notch in the cliff. And this one is a bit longer. It's about 90 minutes, and it goes all the way into the heart of the rainforest. Discovering the Boiling Lake. I think I also mentioned that before. Our Boiling Lake, Dominica is known for having the second largest boiling lake in the world, one of the most popular trails on island. So Dominica being the second, and New Zealand boasts that they have the largest boiling lake. The length of the trail is 8 miles, and it's approximately 6-hour hike, 3 hours each way. The hike to the trail is an adventurous one to the lake itself. So the trail moves through a lush rainforest and beautiful mountain flora and unique vegetation in the valley, which survives despite the condition. And even on the way to the Boiling Lake, you will encounter the Titu Gorge. It's a small waterfall dip in a waterfall-filled gorge, means little fruit in Creole. Also, you will come across the Valley of Desolation. It's a spectacular valley area of sulfur springs and hot pools. Here we go again, back into diving. Dominica is very well known for diving. Our underwater topography mirrors the beautiful landscape above the land likewise. Massive underwater boulders fill the volcanic crater, accompany steep walls and pinnacles, setting the stage for many of the best diving in the Caribbean, and indeed the most breathtaking diving to be found anywhere else. And of course, on the reef, divers enter the world field of magic and adventure, seahorses. So we have gotten great reviews from many divers who have actually dove in Dominica, and many of them attest to the fact that Dominica does have some of the great diving in the Caribbean. So this is something that we boast about, and we've gotten several accolades for this. Whale watching. Dominica is also famous for whale watching. In Dominica, we have 6 different species, and they are seen on a regular basis. 22 of the 33 species known in the Caribbean have been seen in Dominica's water. So we have sperm whales. These are the more common ones. Other species are the humpback, short fin, and the melonhead. Year-round whale sighting, 85% chance of sightseeing. So whenever you go whale watching in Dominica, there is a high probability that you will see whales. We say 85% chance. And the peak season is between November to March. So 6 different species can be seen on a regular basis. And we say that we are the only country in the world where sperm whales reside year-round. So that's a great attribute for us. Sea turtle watching. Dominica is also famous or well known for sea turtle watching. We have 3 species of global endangered sea turtles. So they are the leatherbacks, hawksbill, and the green turtle. They are turtle watching tours during the nestling season, which runs from April to June. So currently, as we speak, we are in the peak season. And some of the properties on island do offer specialized sea turtle watching activities. For example, the Rosalie Bay Resort. Bird watching is also one of our island's favorites. And in Dominica, we have 172 species of birds that have been identified in Dominica. 2 are indigenous endangered parrots, the Cicero parrot, which is our national parrot, and the second being the jackal. We have 4 species of the hummingbird. So we have several persons who do come to Dominica to just do bird watching, and they do enjoy it. Of course, Dominica is known for romance. Likewise, we say discover romance in nature's own little secret. So we have several romantic locations, several of the hotels that offer romance packages, and the island on a whole offers different experiences and adventure for romance. Saying I do in the nature island is also a wonderful thing. We do have a lot of destination weddings and several locations on island where you can also do destination weddings. As you can see in the photograph, with the waterfall in the background, or just being in the lovely botanic gardens, or even at the hotel itself. So there are very wide options of where you can do a destination wedding in Dominica. So the picture before you, you'll see this is the Rosa Cathedral. If someone wants a more traditional wedding, we do have the Rosa Cathedral. And the other picture you see is the gazebo, and that gazebo is located in the Botanic Gardens. In Dominica, we do not have any chain hotels, but we do have a lot of boutique type hotels. And one of our most luxurious hotels on island is the Secret Bay, which is seen before you. We have other mid-lux properties, and this property is the Fort Young Hotel. This other property is the Rosalie Bay Resort, located all in the rainforest. Beautiful atmosphere, nice ambience, full of greenery. And now we come to the point where we'd like to introduce to you the specialist program. It's our online travel training program, whereby we encourage agents to go on, take the Dominica course, become Dominica specialists, and of course, then move on to become a Dominica master specialist. And as a Dominica specialist, you're entitled to specific benefits. And some of the benefits would be the brochures, maps, and posters, the trade newsletter, the special e-communications, special offers, lowest packages range plus extra, contests and sweepstakes, pirate invitation to Dominica events and programs in your market, and trade farm trips required to be a master specialist. So these would be the benefits you would derive from being a specialist. That's after you've taken the online course. And of course, after being the specialist, you can move on to become a Dominica master specialist, and that would include a farm trip to Dominica. The master specialist, of course, you will receive added incentive, cash incentive on bookings, agent contact information placed on Dominica's consumer site, special section, shared consumer leads, 3 promotional material, example, paraphernalias, souvenirs, and giveaways. And what we ask of you is simple. We simply ask that you send one email on Dominica to your customer list within the right package for you and your customer. And you report your bookings on a quarterly basis. You use the Dominica logo and have visited Dominica in the last 3 years or participated in any official Dominica farm trip. So it's quite simple. We encourage you to go on and take the Dominica course, educate yourself, know about the destination, visit our website, ask questions, become a Dominican expert. So with this information, you can better sell, recommend, or offer Dominica to your clients as a new destination. The nature island of the Caribbean is something different. And as I always say, Dominica is not like the typical other Caribbean island. It offers a different experience. So it's a destination that you may want to encourage or recommend that your clients do try. It's quite different. And to become the Dominica specialist, you would go onto the site to take the test and become the Dominica master specialist. And of course, if you want to move on to become the master specialist. So we encourage you, the agents, to go on and take the Dominica test, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to visit our website for additional information. because there are lots of opportunities and benefits to be derived from becoming a Dominica specialist or Dominica master specialist. Other ways you can remain connected with us via social media. We have a Facebook account, our Twitter account, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and we also have a photo seeker account where you can go on and request images of Dominica that can further assist you with selling and marketing of Dominica. So we encourage you to go on and become a Dominica master specialist. It brings us to the end of our presentation. I try to make it as short as possible so I won't have to take up any much of your time. If anyone have questions, feel free to email us. We will be happy to get back to you with the appropriate questions. And we look forward to interacting with you further. Okay. I trust that you understood the presentation and that you found it enlightening and that you learned a little more about Destination Dominica. And of course, to learn more about us, you can visit our website at www.discoverdominica.com. On our website offers all the basic information that you will need to know about the destination, how to get there, what to do, and all of the activities that you can do on island.
Thank you very much, Lise.
Yes.
And we can take a couple minutes now just to see if anybody wants to submit any questions to the chat box or the Q&A box, and I can read them out for you, Lise.
Okay.
Becky says, great presentation. I look forward to learning more. Thanks, Becky.
Thanks.
And a question that was submitted to the chat box here says, how often do you offer fam trips?
How often do we offer fam trips? Sometimes I would say like about maybe 4 per year or 1 per
Sorry, what was that?
quarter.
How many times?
Sometimes 4 per year.
Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, and Kathy is wondering if you could show the email address again for the photo seeker.
Okay. Here you go, Cuffy. That would be the last link on the page.
Great, thank you. And Wendy's wondering about which link she should go to find out about the fam trips. Like, where should she go to get information about that?
About the fam trip, I would recommend that she send an email to Jerry, as seen on the screen, jerry@lma.ca. If you're interested in a fam trip, reach out to Jerry, and Jerry is our marketing representative based in Toronto.
Wonderful, thank you. Christine asks, is the destination physically challenged friendly?
I would say yes and no. Some of the sites are accessible for physically challenged persons. In some cases, not.
Okay, and Karen says, Dominica is absolutely beautiful. Have been there 3 times and love it. Looking forward to becoming a specialist. Thank you, Karen.
Yes.
Oh, and Ruth asks, she says, unfortunately, I had to sign in late. Will this presentation be available to review? Yeah, Ruth, thanks for asking. The recording of this webinar will be available on our YouTube channel. So that's the Baxter Travel Media YouTube channel by tomorrow afternoon at the latest. So if you go to YouTube and search for either Baxter Travel Media or Baxter Travel Webcast, you'll find our YouTube channel, and all of our recordings end up on there, and feel free to hit the subscribe button to be alerted about future recordings. And Becky asks, can we get brochures sent to us on the island?
Yes, you can. You just have to provide us with your mailing address and we could get them across to you.
Great, thanks. And an anonymous viewer is asking, can you tell us more about the types of incentives for travel agents and operators?
Let me get back to the screen.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so currently the screen, as it says, when you go on to take the Dominica course to become a specialist, these are the benefits that you're entitled to, which would be the brochures, the trade newsletters, the special e-communications, special offers on lower packages, contests, sweepstakes. These are the benefits that you would receive from being a specialist. And
Great, thank you.
Okay.
And Duke says, I was wondering if there are dive programs in Dominica.
Yes, we do have dive programs in Dominica. We have a Dominica Dive Association, and we have about 13 dive operators who do offer dive packages, dive program, dive tours. So we do have this, yes.
Okay, excellent. And Emmanuel asks, the accredited agencies will be referenced on the Dominica website?
I don't quite understand.
I think that was referring to an earlier question, but this was submitted a few minutes ago, so I'm not 100% sure what he was referring to either. Emmanuel, if you'd like to clarify, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
And an anonymous viewer is asking, what is the high season and the low season?
To visit Dominica? I'm not the high season, or I don't know. If you were thinking in terms of visits to Dominica, I would say the high season would be the winter season, where lots of persons from, from North America, Europe comes to the Caribbean. So that would be our high season. And
oh yeah, for sure, makes sense.
Yes, yes. So you find a lot of people from the European side, North America, the British, they come down to the Caribbean during that time.
Oh yeah, okay. And Joanne asks, how many boutique properties are on the island?
I would say we have quite a few. Most of our hotels are boutique hotels. I would say maybe over 50.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. And no other questions are coming up yet, but we can give it another minute.
Okay.
And Emmanuel submitted into the Q&A box here. He says, can you confirm whether the accredited agency's Dominica specialists will be registered on the site of Dominica?
Yes, they will be.
Excellent, thanks.
And even when they become the Dominica specialist or master specialist, you will be issued with a certificate to certify that you are a Dominica specialist or Dominica master specialist, and it will be promoted on our site likewise.
Excellent, good to know. And Duke says, thanks for a great presentation on a cold, rainy day in Toronto.
Oh, come to Dominica to get some sunshine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do believe that's it for the questions. So I'd like to thank everyone that tuned in the webinar today. And Lise, thanks so much for your fantastic presentation. It was a pleasure having you.
You're welcome. And thanks everyone again for taking part in the presentation and learning a little bit more about Dominica. Of course, if you want more information, feel free to reach out to us at any time. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you.
Great. And once again, for anyone that signed in late, The recording will be up on YouTube by tomorrow afternoon. Okay, Lise, you have a fantastic day.
Thank you, you too. Thanks.
Take care.